I am delighted to be joined by Reb Veale this afternoon. You're in the hot seat for the presenter chat. Lovely to catch up with you. And we're chatting this afternoon because you are presenting at the NLP conference this year. I have to remember now that it's this year, not next year. And your topic is State of Emergence-y. Does NLP need to evolve beyond the PS-do model?
Yeah.
I'm really curious to know how to actually say that in the first place. To start off with, do tell us a little bit more about yourself and your presentation.
Oh, thank you so much. Well, firstly, presenting at the NLP conference is a privilege I don't take lightly or take for granted. It's just the original, the premium, the event of the NLP year, the place to meet people, to listen to people, to get enriched, to learn. It's just, and yeah, there's a fair bit of fun, and hugging goes on as well, which obviously I enjoy.
Certainly will be this year.
Yeah, definitely back in person and virtual, best of both worlds. So I'm lucky enough to be an NLP master trainer. I trained with INULPTA, the International NLP Trainers Association, and I've been a long time. For all that time, I've also been a member of ANLP, and I couldn't be prouder to be formerly ambassador of Gloucestershire for ANLP and now ambassador for France. And NLP is still a huge part of my life, and the aspect that's been added to that is MBIT, or M-braining, multiple brain integration techniques, and that's really what gave rise to the topic that I'm going to be talking about this year.
So what does it mean then? Does NLP need to evolve? I'm assuming that does weave in MBIT. So what will delegates take away from your session?
So really, it's an exploratory session. So there are a few outcomes. Of course, it wouldn't be NLP if I didn't. But really, what I'm aiming for participants to take away is both an experience for themselves and also a couple of hints, tips, micro techniques that they can take away to consider using differently when they're using NLP with their clients. So the piece around the PS-DO model, or the PS-DO model, is around present state desired outcome. Now, yeah, but it sort of creeps under the radar, doesn't it? And it's one of those things that I think as NLPers we sometimes take for granted. I certainly have found myself doing that because, well, of course we need to have an outcome, and then we make it well formed, which is better than a smart outcome, of course. And that's really useful as long as it doesn't end up being an end in and of itself. A self-determining thing that, we're not at the outcome yet. And all of the really well-intentioned tests that we have, I can hear Wyatt Woodsmall's voice in my head. What's your epistemology for that? So, how do we know? Are we nearly at the outcome yet? Are we nearly there yet? And really, the session will be about exploring, well, what about what emerges en route to the well-formed outcome? Sometimes that can be of as much value, if not of even greater value. And rather than treating it as, that's a bit of a lucky happenstance or a bit of a byproduct, actually, perhaps that was the purpose of the coaching or the change work or the consultancy all along. So really from MBIT, it's bringing that piece that Grant Suzalu and Marvin Oka introduced to us and taught us around allowing things to bubble up, allowing what is emergent. So if you like, treating the desired outcome, the well-formed outcome, as a vector, as a direction that the conversation can take us, rather than, we can't stop if we haven't got, yes, I'm regularly going to the gym 3 times a week, or whatever was their well-formed outcome. Actually, perhaps the self-discovery or awareness or action plan that comes en route to that that might be even more valuable. So we're going to do quite a few different exercises and experiential moments, really exploring what does that mean for us and how might we use that with our clients.
I've never really thought about it like that, because I know I've said in the past, I'm very good at achieving my goals. And until I decide that I don't want that goal anymore, which is part of the journey, that actually maybe I don't need a Mercedes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's really valuable to have that awareness around that.
So many of us as coaches, we might get to the second session or the third session, and the client might say, I know I said I wanted that, but actually it's this thing. So perhaps that's the emergent outcome coming out accidentally.
Yeah.
And really where MBIT and NLP come together, and I feel benefit both us as the practitioner or master practitioner or change agent and the client or coachee, is actually perhaps if we can bear that in mind from the beginning, then maybe we'll serve the client even better.
Creates even more flexibility. What could be better?
Yeah.
So, Reb, is there anything that delegates can do beforehand that would give them an even deeper understanding, deeper experience of your session?
Oh, that's a great question. You always ask great questions. Yeah, I think really bear in mind and perhaps just reflect on a couple of, because as good NLPers, we've all had well-formed outcomes in the past. We had to do it in prac and in master prac. So consider a couple of their own past well-formed outcomes. Perhaps one that served them really well and they achieved fully with bells and whistles and they're really pleased with the result, and maybe how that happened and what led to that. And also maybe one where they thought they were going there, but they ended up there.
Okay.
And how did that come about? And just really get curious, which is what we intend to do as NLPers, get curious about that, so that they can use that experientially during the session.
Okay, brilliant. Right, so I'm just writing that down at the same time. I wish I knew shorthand. So Reb, I mean, we've known each other for many years, and we've experienced many hugs and virtual hugs at previous conferences. So what does the NLP International Conference mean to you? I mean, I know actually I shouldn't even be asking that because you answered that at the beginning.
Oh, no, but seriously, I can't emphasize enough. If you're catching this on whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's Facebook or on the ANLP website or the conference website, if you haven't already got your ticket, it's not just about learning different types of NLP. It's about experiencing so many different trainers, other NLPers, not just trainers. It's about like a pick and mix. I have a high variety meta program. So it's about a really cost-effective way of getting to experience so many of them, whether that's in person and or virtually as well, wherever you are in the world. It's about experiencing a truly special vibe that you only get at the NLP International Conference run by ANLP. I can only explain there's just a special buzz, whether you're there in person or you're experiencing it via Zoom and Hoover. The love and care that the NLP team put into it, and all of the presenters and the exhibitors and the participants, there's just such a special coming together. And it's I've said to you tons of times in the past, I know it's the first event that always goes in my calendar. Everything else, training I do, family events, don't tell them that. Oh, it's out there now. They all go around the NLP conference. I know which weekend it is every year. It goes straight in the diary because I value it so highly, because the personal benefit I receive, the connections, and that's when I say meeting up with old friends, I don't mean old.
Ancient.
I mean, yes, I mean
ancient like me.
Friends of long standing. But also every single year I make new friends and new contacts. And speaking personally as an exhibitor as well as presenter, that's brought business my way. I've actually got personal financial benefit from it, and my company has. but also just the richness, just knowing other amazing people around the world. There's people I would never have met otherwise, and I'm so grateful to that. So if you haven't already bought your ticket, I know I've said it before, get it now while you've still got a little bit of a discount, and be there, whether you can be there in person or you're going to be there virtually. Both of them will be absolutely amazing value. I'm glued, I'm hooked for the whole of the conference each time.
Wonderful. We ought to be paying you commission, Reb.
Yeah, you ought to think about. No, I'm joking. I kind of proselytize because it means so much to me, and it's absolutely genuine. I love it and I value it, and yeah, see you there.
We kind of enjoy it too. So I think that's the point. Is you know, it's fun. We have to make it fun. Otherwise, why are we bothering?
Yeah.
And that's, I think that's the key thing, that I'm sure that's what all of us in NLP actually enjoy, is the fun element. You know, I've spoken to a number of people already this year, and we've all said the same thing, how lovely it is. You know, yes, we've had a Christmas break, and it's so lovely to come back to doing the work that we love.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're so lucky.
It's what's meaningful to us.
Absolutely. So, as I said, Reb is presenting at the NLP International Conference. Reb is coming over from France and presenting in person for the in-person weekend, because we have 2 weekends this year. So you're presenting on Sunday the 14th of May at 11 a.m. BST, and that will be live for the people in the room, and also we'll be streaming it virtually for those people in the rest of the world who are choosing to attend virtually. So thank you so much, Reb. Very much looking for
You're welcome.
Looking forward to your presentation, especially now that I've worked out, or you've told me, what PSDO are.
So you're welcome. Oh, you're welcome. I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to it.